Hello, YouTube. It's your boy YGO King of Scrubs here, back at you with another deck profile. I've been playing this deck for quite a while, and by the thumbnail, you probably already know it's Rescue Ace. I've played this deck now in 3 tournaments. I didn't do great in my first one, but took second at the last 2. Uh, Pretty confident in my build right now. I like this deck a lot. I'm probably going to build something else because I keep running into the problem, and I play out of it every time, but I run into the problem of my opponent breaks my board because I have no disruptions on their turn. One Hey True Nade or Feather Duster or something, then I'm just stuck stalling on a Hydrant Towers. And while he's an okay Towers, he's not the greatest Towers. But we're going to go over the deck profile, how I've been doing with the deck. And then I'll tell you guys a little bit about the decks that I am currently working on and close to having done. So for now, let's get into this. Alrighty. So obviously the backbone of the deck is 3 Rescue Ace Hydrant. You need this card. It's a Rhoda once per turn and a mini Towers, which is really, really good. He does a lot. That's about all I need to say, to be honest. He does a lot. I summon him most often on my opponent's turn. Not the way you'd think. A lot of people I've noticed in a lot of the testing videos that I've seen and people ask me questions, a lot of people summon him off of this next card, which is Impulse. You do not summon him off Impulse. Impulse can summon any machine Rescue Ace monster from your deck, so you do not summon Hydrant off of him. There is other machines to summon that help you get to Hydrant on your opponent's turn and set up a mini lock that's better. I have used the Imperm effect of Impulse. It does come up. It is really good. The other thing we play as a 3 of is Airlifter. This card becomes a 1 card plus 5 when the new support comes out, but unfortunately that's not until the new support comes out. I think this deck goes crazy with the new support, and I'm excited to play it. This is a pretty cheap deck right now, your most expensive card being Hydrant. Everything else is $2 or $3 max. I really like the price on this deck right now. The extra deck can be anything you want. I think I go into the extra deck maybe once or twice a tournament. Like, it's not very much at all. From here, we do play 2 Fire Attacker. This card is very good, does a lot for the deck. It's a draw 2, which helps refurbish your hand and get you to your hand trap monsters, because you do play hand trap monsters, aka the Impulse and Airlifter. Draw 2, discard 1, plus he summons himself. So if you have him in hand or this next card that we're going to go into, you can summon Hydrant off the Impulse and then go off from there. But from here, I do have 2 Fire Engine. I have debated on bumping this card up to 3. This is the card I summon the most off Impulse, because I'll summon this in response to them activating a monster effect off of Impulse, and then they really are stuck with having to special summon to get this off the board, and by the time they do that, I'm already summoning a Hydrant. And then not the last one, but a card I'm going to be cutting, Rescue Ace Monitor. I have never used either of this card's effects. Everybody tells me you need it as a 1 of, but I cannot figure out for the life of me why I'm even playing this card. I've never done anything with it. I searched it one time just for a target because I had used every other effect and was like, screw it, I can add this card. But it has been useless to me. I haven't used it a single time. It hasn't come up out of, how many? 11 matches so far. 12? 13? Some amount of matches. Hasn't come up a single time. I don't think you need to play this card. I'm going to cut it. From here, we do play 2 Rescue Ace Turbulence. This card is insane. Don't be like me and forget about the pop effect. When your opponent removes a card, you just get to bomb a card on their field. That comes up so much, and I constantly forget about it. So let's not do that. That is very important. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. It's important. Remember the pop effect. It does set up to 4. A lot of people don't realize that. It doesn't have to set 4. It sets up to 4. There's been times where I've only set 1 from deck. That's pretty important. From here, I am teching in the one of Regulus. This is the only Therion card in the deck. You can easily cut this. I'm going to. I've summoned it a handful of times here and there, and when I summon it, I win, but I'm not playing any way to search it. I only own one Regulus, so there's no point in me playing like the field spell or anything. There's no point in adding more bricks. For a while, I was trying a bull, but I took the bull out because the bull just didn't come up. I am playing 3 of the little Gizmek guy. Surin Singular or whatever. Naganaki. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to try and butcher names. We have enough people on YouTube butchering the French names right now from Wild Survivors. He's literally just Lone Fire Blossom for Hydrant. That's all he is. He comes out when the new cards come out. So from here, we move on to the hand traps. I'm playing 3 Ash Blossom, one of the best hand traps right now. I'm playing 3 Nib. Nobody is respecting this card. I can't tell you how many people just play right into this card. Nobody is respecting it right now. Everybody thinks it's terrible in the format and not playing it, so they're not respecting it, and they keep losing to it. I switched out the Imperms I was playing for 3 Valor, only because I am playing the Nib. I'm not sure how much I like this card, but it's not bad. But that's all the hand traps I'm playing. That's all 9. You can play more. I'll probably put a few more in since I'm going to cut the Regulus and the trap guy, the guy that searches the traps on some, and that guy. And then I might cut out one of the Gizmek, just because I don't need 3, although I was testing it and it wasn't bad. From here, we move on to the spells. Small spell lineup. 2 Rescue Ace HQ. Gives your monsters a boost as long as your opponent controls a monster. You gain an additional normal summon that is once per turn, but what is not once per turn is the shuffle back 4 and draw 1. That is not once per turn, and I have cycled that and done it multiple times. It is fantastic. Almost played 3 of it because of this, but it kept bricking when I tested out 3 of it, so we're just going to stick with the 2. From here, I play 2 Alert. This card is terrible unless you have Hydrant. I'm just going to... It's terrible unless you have Hydrant. Without Hydrant, this card is awful. We play 1 Rescue. I use this more as a disruption than anything else. I have summoned back guys on my opponent's turn to get off effects. I've summoned back Fire Engine, which then summons a Hydrant when my opponent's activating an effect to summon something. They activate E-Telly. I chain this, summoning out Fire Engine. They summon their monster. Fire Engine summon Hydrant directly from deck. It just goes. We have the 1-ups here. I do play 1 for 1. This card is very important. It helps get you to your Hydrant faster. The entire deck, unfortunately, revolving around Hydrant kind of sucks, but the new cards help work around that a little bit, which is why I'm most excited for those. I do play 1 Reinforcements of the Army and 1 Called By. A lot of times the Rhoda just grabs me an impulse, and then I sit on it for the next turn. Every once in a while, it comes up for Airlifter. It'll come up more when the new cards come out. From here, we move on to the traps. I do not play a lot of traps. Originally playing 6 traps, but it's down to 3 right now since I took the Imperms out. These are the 3 cards that I think you need. I saw a lot of people playing multiple copies of all these cards. I don't think you need them since you can recycle them. I'm playing 1 Contain, 1 Extinguish, and 1 Reinforce. A lot of people don't think these cards are good enough to do a lot, but they are really good. I haven't had much of a problem with them. They do a lot more than people think they do, especially Reinforce. Reinforce has been a broken card for me. You can activate this in damage step. It does attack manipulate, and a lot of people don't even think about that and don't play around it and will just attack your 3,000 body monster that has 3,000 attack and their monster's at 35, and you go damage step, and they just go death. So that will do it for the main deck. 40 cards exactly. I really like my build. From here, we're going to move on to the extra deck. The extra deck can be almost anything you want. There's only a few cards that, for me, have come up, but that'll vary on your situation and what you play against most often. But I am playing 1 Abyss Dweller. I haven't made this a single time, but I've had the option to. Most of the time I go into the other level 4 or rank 4, and that's Baguska. I've had to stall for a turn while I dig for my Hydrant. It happens, unfortunately, But those are the only Exceeds I play. From here, I do play one Salamangreat Almirage. This has come up in getting me into link climbing when I draw the rescue, because I'll summon, if I have no other plays, I'll summon Hydrant, search Turbulence, and then I'll link off into this and then use the rescue to summon back the Hydrant and then link it off and this into a Link 2 or into a Linkuriboh, and then suddenly I now have 2 Rescue Ace cards in grave to summon with Turbulence, and Turbulence then gets to set 4 from deck. It's a pretty good play. I like it. One other quick thing. This extra deck is only currently 13 cards, I believe. I believe I'm too short. I keep swapping out the last 2. These are the only ones I've gone into, and everything else I've put in here I have not gone into. So I'm still testing a little bit on what I want in the extra deck, but the extra deck is just open space. If you want, put Ghost Reaper targets in. From here, we play one Linkuriboh. I already explained this. You can use this the same way you use the Almirage, except it's a little more disruptive. It's really good for dealing with dinos, which there's an abundance of right now, which I may build dinos. I have most of the deck. I just got the last few cards for it, but we'll move on to that later. For Link 2s, I play one IP Masquerena. This card's one of the best cards in the game, I think, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It gets you a quick effect disruption, basically, thanks to Unicorn. We play one Dagger for Hire. It's Diamond Direwolf, basically. You pop it, pop another card. Done and done. Heat of the Fire Charmer. This card has gotten me into some Link 3 plays. It's been really good. Everyone plays Ash. I haven't played against a single person not playing Ash this format. Nightmare Phoenix to help deal with some back row, and Nightmare Unicorn for the IP plays and to help deal with back row. Card that I think is really good and has come up and has helped win me some games. Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. I think this card is pretty stupid. When you make it with any of your big monsters, you're just a big towers, basically. From here, I threw this in because it's only come up once, but it came up more than the other cards that I keep swapping in and out. But I do play in Nightmare Griffin. It doesn't come up very often. That one time it does, you'll find it funny and you'll win off of it. It'll just be random. We do play Avermax. This card's broken. I don't know how this card's still legal, but I'm happy to have it. And then the final card that has come up for me more times than almost anything else in this extra deck, because you can swarm the field, but if you can swarm the field and your opponent has something that you can attack over, this comes up. Underworld Goddess. This card is insane. Yeah, it's just a good card. I don't know what to say. It helped me win a match against Despia not too long ago. But anyways, that'll do it for the deck profile, guys. Things I'm working on and getting close to being done with. I am far off from Vanquish Soul, unfortunately. Konami kind of screwed me on that. I'm pretty close to having a Goaty core, and then I'm probably going to combine Goaty with probably Ice Jade. Flunderies is almost done, and Dinos is almost done. Those are the main things I've been working on. And Gold Pride. I'm super close to having Gold Pride done. I might wait until Battles comes out. I believe it's next week from recording this video. But it has all the Punk stuff, and I really want to pick up the Punk stuff. It's one of my favorite decks, and I'm looking forward to playing that combined with all the other stuff, with all the Gold Pride stuff. But keep an eye out for different things. I'll probably be uploading, hopefully soon, some matches. I haven't been recording matches with this deck, unfortunately. I need to, but I might be switching off of this for a little while just because the problem I keep running into is it gains a lot of resources really quickly, but not fast enough to play against like Sprite and things like that. And for some reason, Tier Elements at my locals, I thought that deck was supposed to be dead. But moving on from there, hopefully you guys have been having better luck at your locals than I have, only being able to take second. Hopefully you guys are always taking first. Budget players are the best players, even though Konami doesn't like us anymore. But for now, guys, remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below on how bad I'm doing. I'll see you next time.